All right, yo, what's going on, everybody? Connor Unchained here, bringing you guys a video. We're going to talk about Bitcoin today. This is super important stuff that I want people to, take a minute to really understand what kind of bullish factors are going to be moving this market over the next few weeks, the next few months, going into next year, going into this bull cycle. There's a couple of things I want to bring up here with some data, and some of it I'm just going to talk a little bit. But Bitcoin itself, well, let's just get into the chart too as well. So on TradingView here, like the Bitcoin chart, obviously the momentum, since literally January has been very upward trajectory, and it's still going. So this is on the daily. So let's just zoom in. We'll go to like a 4-hour. But like even on a 4-hour chart, like this had a nasty dip yesterday, and this dip alone for a lot of people was big enough to say, hey, I got to get in right now. But why? Why are people still buying and still buying, even though, in my opinion, price does look very inflated here, even though I'm still waiting for more downside as well. Excuse me. But from here, I'm going to show you guys one reason why I really think that Bitcoin itself, over the next, 6 months, like I stated, is going to go crazy. And it has to do with ETFs, whether you want to believe it or not, whether you understand it or not. This is a list off Cointelegraph. So they have a full list here that talks about all the different ETFs just for Bitcoin that, different companies are trying to get into. Or honestly, I think I just said that wrong. No, these are just different ETFs that are trying to be filed and then actually issued to actually come out. And sorry, I'm still reading this here too. But so anyways, these are all the deadlines for these ETF approvals. And you guys can just see, based off of all these different ETFs right here, and when they get approved, these are almost like a continuous wave of potential bullish factors, which, I didn't realize it until I looked at this chart to see all the deadlines. Granted, not every single one is going to be hit on the final deadline, or, not every single one is going to be hit on the same time, same day, even though the deadlines are very similar for a lot of them, But I think going into it, though, like you guys, I wanted to point out right here is the final deadline. How you can see coming all the way into March of 2024, April and May, like everyone is lining up right before the Bitcoin halving, if not just after the Bitcoin halving, to get their money in. And I'm pretty sure that this is on purpose. I know for a fact that these higher ups, these banks, these big corporations, they know that. They've seen all this data on crypto. They all have seen the gains that retail, like all of us have made over the last few years. They've seen all the percentages that they can make, and they want their cut. They want to get in. And this is a huge factor in why I kind of believe that they want to have these deadlines out, because they want to have the exposure right before everything really starts to take off. So I really think bottom line is like, the more bullish to me would be if all these ETFs take as long as possible. We could just have this hype potential, like, what if narrative of, oh, the ETF is coming. If it doesn't come for most of these all the way until March of next year. And from March already, that's going to just cause a huge wave coming in, right before the halving. And then after a few months, maybe, it'll probably go up once all these deadlines are hit. All these ETFs are actually out. It's definitely I think it's going to run up, but eventually it's got to come down right before everything actually takes off 100% for the rest of the bull run. Like, there's so many good factors coming into it. And then we got the election, which I'm not going to get political on anything good or bad, but the election coming up, I do feel it's going to be bullish for the markets in general. Even like rate cuts. I'm pretty sure rates just halted or something recently. There's so many just micro to macro, as in like big to small factors coming up, and factors that are already happening that are going to bring all these people into Bitcoin, all these people into crypto, and just push the market into a positive trajectory rather than, you know, everyone saying Bitcoin's going back to 12K. Like, you know, to most people, like, I am a bear in the markets. Like, I'd rather see everything take a dump, you know, to get better entries now while prices are still fairly low, you know, than for everything to just go up, or for me to claim something crazy, say it's going to go this high and then it only goes here. You know, I don't know. I just really see this happening very soon as far as the long-term push for these ETFs to continue the bullishness. You know, in the Bitcoin chart, like today alone, it's already up 5.5% here. Like just on the day, which is wild. Like to me, it's still very much so a buyer's market. Like super bullish momentum is still in the market. What I do see, what I really feel it still has to happen, some sort of retracement, whether it's right around here, comes back down, maybe it touches here, then it goes like this. You know, I would not be surprised to see something almost exactly like that, but it is a little bit too by the books, you know, to go up and down, up and down, up and down, and then up again. Like, it almost looks like too simple, like it can't happen because that just looks too easy. But I really feel like that's something similar to what will happen. Eventually, things are going to cool off, and after they cool off for a little while, it's only going to go back up. I really don't think it's going to go any lower than around 30 to 32K, in my honest opinion. I think people are all in the same boat. They see all these ETFs, all these bullish narratives and factors. You know, they don't want to miss it. Everyone's trying to get in now. They're waiting for a dip to buy. But at the same time, it seems like a lot of people don't even want to sell their bags because, you know, if you're exposed to the markets, you know, why would you want to get out when so much more potentially is going to happen, right? So that's kind of my take on what Bitcoin's going to do over the next 6 months to a year. I still think being in the market now is a great time. If you got money on the sideline, it's definitely still solid. Always good to have money on the side, you know. But overall, this is a great time for crypto. So that's all I just wanted to talk about today. Just Bitcoin itself, a little bit on the ETFs, and, you know, going into the next year. That's all I got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.